Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing an unboxing of a planner brand that was much requested on the channel, which is Ekaami. Ekaami is a brand by Mitali Sharma and she's a doctor and she's been doing this for I think a couple of years now. She makes really beautiful illustrations and I thought let's check out her brand and see what it's all about. Let's get into it. So I got the planner combo which is priced currently at 889 rupees and it contains a few freebies. So we open the box and we get the planner which comes in its own sleeve. We also get these beautiful pastel shades popsicle highlighters and you have a rollerball pen which is also this beautiful blue color. You get 3 bookmarks which really nice illustrations and a very motivating quote in the middle, and you have your usual like a thank you note from the brand, and you get a couple of sheets of stickers. It's quite minimal. It has like the basic essentials. If you are somebody who's just starting your planning journey and you don't really want to buy a lot of accessories, this entire kit would be enough to get you started. Let's take a closer look at the planner. I love the cover. It looks like that Tetris game and you stack one block on top of the other to win. And I think that is kind of the idea of the theme of this planner. It's an A5 size and it's quite compact. I don't think it's exactly A5 because if I compare with an A5 size journal that I do have, the height is the same, but you can see in terms of width, it's a little more. So it's pretty good. It's good enough to be like kept in your bag. It's not bulky. I love the illustrations. They really give you a sense of just becoming somebody, unraveling your personality, that sort of thing. You start off with just introducing yourself and what is your word of the year and what is your affirmations for the year. Then you have a little note from the founder herself, and again more illustrations that really go along with the theme of the planner. It is beautiful. Then you have this area which says what were the brightest parts of my year, and you can write down the highlights and what did you learn along the way. So there's enough space and very good insightful prompts to help you along this journey of self-discovery. Then comes your vision board spread. Again, beautiful 2-page spread. You can put out any number of photographs and quotes and everything. Then you get your intentions for the year, which are blocked into mind, body, soul, work, relationships, and creativity. So here you get to say what do you intend for the year, and the following page is like what your plan is for the year and in each of these categories. So it's very nice to see that okay, this is my goal and how will I get there. It's kind of side by side. It's a very good visual cue to have. Then comes the affirmations for the year. So she's already written a few to get you started, and then you can add in more as and when it is like applicable to you. So next you have the bucket list, which is the places you want to go, the things you want to try, what you want to create, what are the skills you want to learn, what are your like personal growth bucket list goals, and many other things like that. So next you have your yearly overview, which basically says what are the moments you want to look forward to and what are some of the important dates of the year. So you have plenty of space to put that in. You get an overall 2026 calendar, and then you have a dear 2026 please be kind of a letter to the new year and how you want it to work out. You have important dates, and then finally your monthly spread starts. So before even the first month kicks in, you have so much material, so many very insightful, interesting journaling prompts to fill in. I think this would be a very good way to just like sit down with yourself for 10, 15, 20 minutes, however long it takes you, and just really think about what it is that you want to achieve and why is it that you want to achieve that for this upcoming year. Every month gets a dashboard at the beginning of the month, which here you can write down your focus areas, your intentions, and your important dates, and you also write down the affirmations for the month. Then you get the weekly overview. So what do you want to do in each of the weeks? So for week 1 through 4, you have a space to write down what you want to achieve in every single week or what you are looking forward to. You get the monthly grids now. It's spacious enough. I like how minimal this area looks, and how much space it gives you. And I also like the notes column on the right, and it is a Sunday start month. Then After the monthly grids, every month you get a period tracker. I like how the illustrations are anatomically correct and also really beautiful. You get a monthly habit tracker and you also get a mood tracker. So they tell you where to start, and there is 31 boxes, and they kind of give you a color scale to follow along. So you color it as per the intensity of the emotion you're feeling. Then every month has a particular theme. So this is a grounding menu. It asks you to create, like in a restaurant menu kind of format, things that will ground you. So things that are like the starters or the appetizer, which will take only 5 minutes to do, versus what is the mains and the desserts, which take longer, and you would do it when you have more time. So I have seen this on Pinterest, where people make a dopamine menu, like things you give you like a little happiness burst, and small things are the starters, things which take longer are the mains, which take the longest and make you feel the best would be the desserts, and that way you can divide it up. So this is a grounding menu like that. I really love this idea. It is very unique. I've not seen it anywhere else. Here they also give you a Spotify, like a barcode, so you scan that and you get the song of the month, whatever she has designed here. I did not scan it yet, but I'll keep it here in case you want to see it. Then you get a notes page, and then you get each of the days of January. And what is to note here is that this is not a Sunday or a Monday start. It's just whenever the month starts, you get one row per day of the week, and you have 4 days in one page. And that's kind of how it keeps going until you reach the end of the month. No days of the week are specified in this part. So technically, you could use it as an undated planner as well for any other year, because apart from the monthly grids, nowhere it is actually laid out that this date and day is this combination for this year. At the end of the month, you get monthly reflection. You have a couple of prompts in which you have to answer. You also have enough space to answer those prompts properly. And then the next month starts. So every month follows that pattern. You get a dashboard, a weekly overview, then you get your various trackers, your monthly grids, and then your, like, every month has a different theme. So like February's theme is soft life audit. It tells you to be kinder to yourself, stop doing all the harsh things that you're doing to yourself, like negative self-talk, etc. And I love the idea of the Spotify playlist, right, for every single month. So this is how we keep going through the months, where every month will have a different task for you to do, and like a notes page where you can write down what you thought of that task and how you are going to fulfill it, and also an accompanying song for it. This was such a unique thing. Another very good thing in this planner is the quarterly review system. So at the end of every quarter, there is a huge spread of everything that you have to take stock of. So what was the snapshot of the quarter? There are a couple of questions like, what are the challenges you overcame? How did you feel this quarter? So there is also a goals and progress check page where you have your 5 different categories, which is mind, body, career, relationships, and finances. So in all these areas, what were your goals? What is your progress so far? And what are your remarks, basically, like how much did you achieve in the first quarter, and what do you think, like, are you on track, are you falling behind, is there something that you want to change? So all of that is a very welcome addition. Then you also have a place to just reassess your goals. It's not that you set your goals in the beginning of the year and that's it, and you don't have to think about it, right? You have to consider whether, is this goal bringing me fulfillment? Is this something that I want to continue? I like that there is space to just consider that as well. Then you have your part on lessons and realization. What did you learn from this particular quarter? Then you have a reset and align. So if something didn't work, what to change about it, and it's very, very thorough. And then you get to your next quarter. So what I love about this quarterly layout is that you definitely are doing this entire, goal setting planning thing at a monthly level, but every quarter you do get a chance to pause and just reset and realign and think that, is this working for me? If not, how do I change it? And that continues all the way up to December. So for even for Q4, you get this recap, and here you can plan a little bit of your next year, saying that, okay, the next quarter, like the upcoming year, how do we work towards it? I love how goal setting and journaling and daily planning are very seamlessly intertwined into this planner. I really like their layouts and I love their color schemes. At the end of the Q4 quarterly update, you also have the yearly reflections page. So here you get the year in 3 words, so you can write down how you thought your year was. then your biggest shift, what did you start learning, what did you let go of, and different kinds of things like that. And you also have a spread for your favorite moments of the year, and what were the top 3 memories, what is some day that you will never forget. And I think that's a very sweet way of remembering the year. Like if you are like me and you preserve all your planners, it's very nice to look back on all of the planners and actually see where you were and what was happening, and what you were actually doing and what really helped you get through that year. Then you have the spread which is called before and after. So what were you becoming, what did you become, what were you struggling with, what did you finally learn. Then you also have a gratitude summary, like all the things that you are grateful for, what worked out for you this year. Then you have a place to decide your theme for the next year. So what is your word for the next year, what is your theme, how did you come to that conclusion, all of that. And then finally you have a closing note just to yourself, how the year was, and you can actually choose to open it at a later date as well. And this also comes with a little pocket and 2 very nice ribbon bookmarks, and that's the planner. I like it a lot. I really like the color schemes within the planner, and I think let's do a quick little pen test and see how the paper quality is. I'm going to choose this particular page because I couldn't find like a proper page at the back, like there's no extra notes pages, so I'm just going to use the first note page that I found, and I'm going to use their ball pen. So it did skip a little bit when I just started writing, but overall the color was pretty good. The paper is adequately bright, I would say, and the blue looks decent, like it looks like any other ball pen, right? It was okay to hold. I don't think it would be very comfortable if you are like writing for long periods of time with this particular pen, but the quality is pretty good. We can try out with a couple of my other pens. So I wanted to use my gel and my fountain pen on this one. So we'll use the Uni-Click gel and see how that performs. The blue on this paper looks really good. It's very pigmented, very bright, and it doesn't smudge at all. So that's a good thing. I mean, it does have a little tooth to the paper, so it just holds on to the inks. That's pretty good. Then we will try out the Scrix fountain pen. I love the color on this. It looks like a very beautiful, like an ultramarine kind of a blue, right? It looks so good. And as a fountain pen also, it has not smudged at all. So that's amazing. We're going to try out their popsicle highlighters because I think if you give it with the planner, my assumption is that it will work perfectly and there will not be any like bleeding or smudging or anything like that. So I will do this thing where I will highlight a part of every line written with different inks with the highlighters, right? So then you can see how each of the colors interact with each kind of ink as well. And we'll check for ghosting and bleeding all together. Lighter colors are pretty bright. Apart from the blue, it looks a little muted, but the other colors, like if I'm actually highlighting any important thing, I think it will pop out quite a bit. I think the blue and the purple might be a little muted. It doesn't really like pop like the others, but yeah. Okay, wow. So the great thing is that none of the pens have actually bled through or have had any ghosting on the other side. This is only where you press the highlighter to start highlighting is where you can see the bleed through marks, and it's bled through quite significantly, and there is a heavy amount of ghosting as well. But other than that, like the pen itself has not ghosted. So I think if you're trying to use something for this planner, any kind of pen will work, but you have to be a little careful in using the highlighters. Just be cognizant that it would be bleeding through or it might ghost a little. Otherwise, I think this is a pretty good beginner friendly planner. Let me know if you are interested in using Ekaami for your 2026 planning, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.